The first thing we want to talk about is just the exterior of the device itself. The important thing to remember today is this is not an iPad training session. We are not showing you or explaining how to use the device for the parents. We're explaining the responsibilities, caring for the iPad, tips for that. It's more of a general policies outline than it is a training. Most of the students have played with these types of devices before. The learning curve is very, very shallow for them as opposed to the rest of us. So we'll go very briefly over the exterior of the device first. So if you look at it, just a little vocabulary to make the rest of the day a little quicker, a little easier to understand. If you look at the front of the device, the button at the bottom, or the singular button on the front side that has the gray box, that's called the home button. So when we say tap the home button, that's the button we're talking about. That button will awake your device from sleep if it's currently sleeping, or it'll put your device, take your device to the home screen if you're currently using the device. Opposite of the home button, you see there's a small front-facing camera. That camera is a lower resolution camera used for video calls, lower resolution photos, things like that. If you flip it over to the back side, and this is kind of a tricky part, is actually setting up your device so that it can stand on its own. If you pop the two corners off that are closest to the hinge of the case, it'll stand. If you look at the back side of the device, right there where you pop off those two corners, you'll see there's a Willmar Public Schools sticker. This says that this device is Willmar Public Schools property. We're allowing you to use it for your education, but remember that it is Willmar Public Schools property. It is a Willmar Public Schools device. If any staff member wishes to see what you're doing on this device, you have to show them. Okay? While you're at the building, your content will be filtered. When you're not at the building, please remember that it is a school device. Treat it as a business device. Be smart. While looking at the back side still, if you look in the top left, you can see a rear-facing camera. That is a higher resolution camera, the camera used for still photos, HD quality video, those types of things. Directly above that camera lens on the back side, you see an elongated black button. We're going to call that the power button. Power button will put your device to sleep or awake it from sleep. You can power it down if you'd like using that. Along the top edge, the top middle of the top edge, if you're looking at the back side still, you see a small little opening in the casing. That's the microphone. It's facing away, so when you're doing video recordings, things like that, the microphone is right there. Be mindful of that. And then obviously on the back side, the top right is the headphone jack. At the bottom, if you look at the very bottom, where you charge the device, the 30-pin dock connector on the bottom. That can be a little tricky if you've never done this before. How many students have used an iPod or something like that before? It's the same connector. If you have an iPod, it's the same type of charger. It's not going to charge it as fast, but we provide you with a charger and a cover to go along with this. The top middle, you see there is a folder called Reference. It's called Reference. Tap on that folder. In the middle of that folder, you see iBooks, an app. If you tap on that, it'll take you into the iBooks app. We developed a student parent handbook that we're going to go over today. If you tap on that, you'll be taken and you'll see a PDF. That's actually not the file we want to go into right away. So we want to tap on Collections in the top left, and we want to view our books. Again, if you're still viewing that PDF, you're here. Maybe you accidentally tapped on the PDF, so you're in it like this. Just tap anywhere in the middle of the screen. Tap on Library, then back to Collections. Let's make sure to view our books. That is the book we want to go into right there. So if you get to this screen or something similar, maybe something like that, then you're in the right spot. If you have questions, let us know. People are walking around. We'll get you to here. Okay. Make sure you're looking at your device in landscape mode, so turn it sideways. We don't want to view it straight up and down at this point. If you look at it straight up and down, you're not going to see any of the photos. We want to look at landscape mode. That's how the book was designed. We want to tap on the very first page. Get to this page. This handbook is designed to familiarize Willmar Senior High School students and parents of the guidelines for using iPads in the classroom for the 2012-2013 school year. You notice at the bottom we have Advancing the Way We Teach and Learn. That's sort of the slogan we've attached to the goal of the iPad 1-to-1 at Willmar Senior High School. Head to the next page, to the right, push that page to the left. You see these are the major goals, the reasons why we decided to go for a 1-to-1. We wanted to utilize technology for individualizing instruction for all students. The goal, as Mr. Holden said, was leveling the playing field, and that means a few different things. That means giving those students that need some extra skill development or some extra time to read over something, the ability to do that, and then also giving those kids that maybe could step a little further, that are hungry for more, they would also have the ability to do that. We want to promote collaboration with students and staff. Remember, this will be your textbook, it will be your calculator, it will be your notebooks, it will be all those things. It will also be your major form of communication with your teachers. You can send emails. We've set up emails for all of you individually that already exist and are already on the iPad. That's how you'll send emails to teachers. You could potentially communicate with your teachers 24 hours a day. I doubt, however, they will be answering your 1:30 a.m. email. So keep that in mind. We want to strengthen 21st century skills. Students will either exit the school going to a secondary institution or they'll exit the school and go right into the job force. Either way, technology is becoming an integral part of that next step. Every single job field is getting more involved with technology, and we know that the secondary institution setting, a 1-to-1 program, that being a laptop or a tablet, has kind of been that standard for, as far as I can remember, 25 years. You need a laptop, you need a tablet computer or something like that. And then lastly, increase technology access to digital curriculum. Some of the staff members in the building have actually created their own digital curriculum. Instead of buying traditional textbooks that are outdated or that are not geared specifically towards the Minnesota State education standards, we've created our own curriculum, developed our own curriculum, available for free on the iPad to everyone that are specific to Minnesota State education standards. It makes it much more valuable, this device.